Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, girls, I had told you that I will be putting some notes, right? So, but some parts I am going to take today. Some operations I am going to explain today. And the remaining ones I will put the notes, okay? Is that okay, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So, let us see some operations today. We are left with union of two graphs, intersection of two graphs, ring sum of two graphs, then product, then fusion of vertices, decomposition. And we are left with a theorem, okay, on a self-complementary graph, right? The last topic was self-complementary graph. Do you remember? Do you remember it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I will take today first this theorem, okay, number one. Then I will take union, intersection you have to do, okay. Intersection, ring sum, I will put in the notes. Decomposition I will put in the notes. And these four things today I am going to try to cover, okay. Yes, let us go back to the definition of a self-complementary graph. G is isomorphic with its complement. Okay, if a graph is isomorphic with its complement, then it is called as a self-complementary graph. Then we had seen, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we had seen one fact that number of edges in G plus number of edges in its complement is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay. See, when we are defining self-complementary graph, we are sticking to the fact that G is a simple graph. Okay. That means it does not contain any loops and parallel edges. Otherwise, it will be really difficult for us to define complement. Because if we don't stick to that, then we can have the possibilities of having loops and parallel edges, which is really cannot be defined, okay? You cannot put it in a definition. Do you understand my point? Yes, girls? Do you understand my point?
Yes, ma'am.
See, for example, that day also I had given you this problem that this is my G, this is my graph G. Then what will be the complement of G? It will be this, right? This is G bar. Now, if you add the edges in G, the edges in G are 4 and the edges in G bar are 2 and that is equal to 6. If you consider a complete graph on 4 vertices, then it will look like this. This is the complete graph on n vertices, 4 vertices, right? And how many edges are there in K4? 6 edges. Do you understand it? Do you understand it? And this fact we are going to use in the theorem. Okay? This fact we want to use in the theorem. So write the theorem statement. The number of vertices in a self-complementary graph is of the type 4k or 4k plus 1, where k is an integer. Okay? And the converse is not true, right? The number of vertices in a self-complementary graph is of the type, means if the graph is self-complementary, then it must have vertices either equal to multiple of 4 or multiple of 4 which exceeds by 1. A number which exceeds by 1 to multiple of 4. So for example, if I put k equal to 1, then 4 or 5. Okay, so number of vertices. So we have seen that this graph on 5 vertices is self-complementary. If I draw this graph, then its complement will be this graph, right? Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And these are self-complement. These are isomorphic graphs. So how many vertices are there? There are 5 vertices. So 5 number you can write as 4 into 1 plus 1. So k value is 1 here, okay? But it doesn't mean that every number which you can write as 4k or 4k plus 1 and you draw the graph, it will become complementary. That means, for example, 17. 17 I can write as 4 into 4 plus 1. But we are not sure that we can draw a graph on 17 vertices whose complement will be isomorphic with it. Is that okay? Do you understand the point? If the graph is self-complementary, then it must have these type of vertices. It doesn't mean that if the graph has this type of vertices, मतलब 4 के multiple vertices है, 8 vertices है, तो graph हमेशा self complementary होगा. It doesn't mean that. Please try to understand the statement. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But you can have a question of such type that if a graph is self-complementary, then what could be the number of vertices? How many vertices it may contain? May contain, I am saying. Okay, so the options will be like, see, 17, 26, 30, 3. So which graph may be self-complementary? We are not saying compulsorily it will be self-complementary. So which number can be expressed as 4k or 4k plus 1?
17.
17. 17 you can write as 4 into 4 plus 1. 26 if you want to write, it will be 4 into 6 plus 2 आता है. This is 4 into 7 plus 2 आता है. And this you cannot write. This is 3 which is less than 4. Okay. So it may be. We are saying may be. So I hope you understand the statement. So let us
Yes, ma'am.
quickly write down with me. Let G be a simple graph. So this is very important. G is a simple graph on n vertices and G be self-complementary. Now we have written already number of ages in G plus number of ages in G bar is equal to how much? क्या लिखा अभी हमने?
N
N
into
into
n
N
into
minus
n
N
minus
into
1 by 2.
minus
Yes.
1 by 2.
Yes. Now tell me what you know about number of ages in G and number of ages in G bar. G is self-complementary. G is isomorphic with G bar. So what can you say about number of ages in G and number of ages in G bar? If the graphs are isomorphic, then what you know? These two graphs are isomorphic. This is a self-complementary graph. देखो. So what can you say about number of ages in G and number of ages in G bar? How many ages are there in G?
5.
5. And how many ages are there in G bar?
5.
5. We have this necessary conditions. You remember or not? What are the necessary conditions of a graph to be of two graphs to be isomorphic? What are the necessary conditions, girls? What do you first check? When you have two graphs and when you want to check the isomorphism, what do you first check necessarily?
Number of vertices and number of edges are equal.
Exactly. Number of vertices are equal, number of edges are equal. So that is what is happening here, right? So if the graph is self-complementary, the graph self-complementary nahi, we are considering number of edges in G and number of edges in G bar. G bar is its complement and the graph is self-complementary. Therefore, they should have same number of edges, right? So number of edges in G is equal to number of edges in G bar. ये हमेशा होता है क्या? इस ग्राफ में हो रहा है क्या? देखो, do you get this? Number of edges in G is 4. Number of edges in G bar is 2. Are they equal?
No, ma'am.
No. But here it is happening because the graph is G is isomorphic with G bar. ये reason है इसका, okay? Have you understood it?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. So मैं अभी लिखती हूँ ये नंबर ऑफ एजेस इन जी बार की जगह पे मैं लिखूंगी नंबर ऑफ एजेस इन जी ओनली. ओके, फिनिश राइटिंग दिस पेज.
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore, number of ages in G plus, now instead of number of ages in G bar, I am writing number of ages in G only, is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. And therefore, 2 times, है ना, कुछ नंबर ऑफ एजेस सपोज Q है यहाँ पे, Q नंबर है ये, Q प्लस Q अगर ऐसा है, so that will become twice the number of ages. So 2 times number of ages in G is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. What is n? What is n? What is n?
Number of vertices.
Yes, n is number of vertices. Now tell me, number of ages in G is an integer number or a fractional number? Or a fraction, tell me.
Integer.
integer, and on the right hand side, what do you see? There is a ratio, right? This is an integer, so this has to be an integer, right? N into n minus 1 by 4 cannot be a fraction. Do you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Number of edges in G is an integer, right? Therefore, n into n minus 1 by 4 must be an integer. It will not be a fraction. Do you understand this? And now, when it will be an integer, tell me. N into n minus 1 by 4 is an integer. ये integer कब होगा बताओ? If I put n की value 2, if I put n की value 2, then it will be n into n minus 1, मतलब ये 4, मतलब ये half, ये fraction हो जाएगा. लेकिन हमने क्या कहा है? This is an integer, ऐसे कहा है. तो क्या होना चाहिए बताओ? What are the possibilities of n? 4 ने किसे डिवाइड करना चाहिए बताओ? ये नंबर इंटीजर कब होगा?
Odd.
जब 4 का मल्टीपल ऊपर होगा, राइट? When n into n minus 1 is divisible by 4, right? ऐसा कुछ होगा. 4 into 3 by 4, then this 4 will get cancelled. So either n is a multiple of 4 or n minus 1 is a multiple of 4. You understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
And these are consecutive integers. N and n minus 1 are consecutive integers. So either one of n and n minus 1 is odd. Okay. One of n and n minus 1 is going to be odd. If n is odd, n minus 1 will be even. If n is even, n minus 1 will be odd. It is like that. So 4 will not divide both of them. You understand this? 4 will not divide both of them.
Yes, ma'am.
4 will either divide n or will divide n minus 1. So as this n into n minus 1 by 4 is an integer, 4 must divide n or n minus 1. Okay, 4 must divide both. दोनों को नहीं करेगा. मैं और क्यों लिख रही हूँ? Because they are consecutive integers. इसका रीजन ये है. Okay, 4 must divide n or n minus 1 as one of n and n minus 1 is odd. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
N is divisible by 4. That is, n is divisible by 4, or n minus 1 is divisible by 4. I'm writing the same thing in different language. N is divisible by 4 means what? N is a multiple of 4. N you can write as a multiple of 4. और आपके इसमें क्या लिखते हो आप? 4 divides n. That is 4 divides n or 4 divides n minus 1. That is n is equal to 4k or n minus 1 is equal to 4k. So n is equal to 4k plus 1. Therefore n is equal to 4k or n is equal to 4k plus 1 for some k belongs to z. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this one we have done. Now let us do the remaining points. Finished writing this? Now we want to do second point, union of two graphs, then product, then fusion. Let us see how much we can complete today. Once I define union, on the same line, you can define intersection, okay? Right. Operations on graphs. Operations on graphs. So first one, union of two graphs. Let G1 V1 comma E1 and G2 V2 comma E2 be two graphs. Then their union G equal to G1 union G2 is a graph in which is a graph G V comma E in which vertex set is V equal to V1 union V2 and edge set E is equal to E1 union E2. Okay, so as we are defining graph in terms of sets, vertex set V and edge set E, we can define union of two graphs and intersection of two graphs easily. So let us have one example. Finished? Intersection के लिए क्या लिखोगे girls? What you will write for intersection? Intersection is your homework. Only you have to write G equal to G1 intersection G2, V is equal to V1 intersection V2, E is equal to E1 intersection E2. And while drawing the intersection graph, you will consider only common things. Let us have the example. V1, V2, V3, E1, E2. This is E5, E3, E4. Okay, so this is G1. Everybody can see the graph which I have drawn.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now G2 I am drawing G2. You have to see the names of edges very carefully, okay? This is V1, V2, V4, V3, V5, E2, E6, E3, E7, E8, E9. So it is not necessary in G2 also I will start with the same names E1, E2, E3, etc. Now let us see what is the union of these two graphs. Okay, so vertex set, what is the vertex set of G1? Which vertices are there in G1? V1, V2 and V3, right? Girls, you need to answer my questions. What is the vertex set of V2? The vertex at V2. Can you hear me?
V1, V2, V3, V4, V5.
So what is their union? What is union? V1 union V2 क्या होगा?
V1, V2, V3, V4, V5.
Yes, V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. So those many vertices I will draw in G1 union G2. Okay. So I'm just erasing this part. Let me draw a line here. Yeah. So anyhow you can put the vertices. Anyhow you want. Okay. Let me draw it here. यहाँ पे थोड़ी ज्यादा जगह है. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. So I am putting the vertices as they are given in G2. Okay. Now what is the age set E1? E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, right? And what is the age set?
Yes.
E2, E2, E3, E6, E7, E8, E9. Now tell me the age E2 in G1. आपने एज E2 G1 में देखी है, वो V1 V2 को ज्वाइन करती है. Similarly in G2 also the same thing is happening. E2, the age E2 joins V1 and V2, so that is common age. What about E3? E3 also V2 to V3, E3 is there. Okay. So what is E1 union E2 now? So E2 and E3 are common ages. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ.
Yes,
बाकी
ma'am.
सारी एजेस तो हमें सारी एजेस एक ही बार लेनी है. E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9. Okay. So all these edges we will draw now. So पहले तो हमारा आएगा, ये लूप ड्रॉ करते हैं पहले. ये मेरा V1 है. ओके. सो ये V1 का लूप ड्रॉ कर रही हूँ मैं. इसका नाम है E1. देन E2 आई एम ड्रॉइंग. देन आई एम ड्रॉइंग E3. देन E4 I am drawing. Then I am drawing E5. So this is graph G1. G1 I am drawing. Now E2 and E3 are already drawn, right? So that are not to be drawn once again. Then E6. Where is E6? E6 joins which vertices?
V1 and V3.
V1 and V3.
V1 and V3. That means there will be parallel edges. अगर ये मैं E5 ले लूँ तो एक और एज में यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करूंगी, उसका नाम होगा E6. Parallel edges. Okay. Then E7 that joins V3 and V5. E8 joins V3 and V4. And E9 joins V1 and V4. So this is your union graph. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now quickly from this you tell me what is intersection of these two graphs. Finish drawing this graph?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, तो इसी से हम यूनियन करते हैं अभी. सॉरी, इंटरसेक्शन करते हैं. What is V1 intersection V2? Which vertices are in common?
V1, V2, V3.
What is V1 intersection V2?
V1, V2, V3.
V1, V2, V3. That means in our G1 intersection G2 graph, only 3 vertices will appear. Okay, V1, V2 and V3. Now what is E1 intersection E2? Which edges are common?
E2 and E3.
And you have to see the adjacency also, girls. Please see the adjacency. Okay, E2 and E3. So E2 joins V1 and V2 and E3 joins V1 and V2 and V3. So this is G1 intersection G2. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So intersection की definition आपको लिखनी है. That is your homework. Now next operation I am defining is product of two graphs. Be quick. Let G1 V1 comma E1 and G2 V2 comma E2 be two simple graphs. Then their product G equal to G1 cross G2 is a graph in which vertex set is the Cartesian product V1 cross V2 and the edge set consists of those edges such that two vertices x comma y and z comma t in V1 cross V2 are joined if x is equal to z, मतलब ये पहला एलिमेंट सेम है. Okay, and y and t are adjacent. Y and t are adjacent in G2. Okay, and और second condition क्या है? This second elements are same. Or y is equal to t and x and z are adjacent in G1. Very easy it is. So each vertex will be labeled as an ordered pair. यूजुअली हम नाम कैसे लेते हैं? ए बी सी डी ऐसे वर्टेक्स के नाम लेते हैं. बट अगर अभी क्या होगा? एवरी वर्टेक्स विल बी नेम्ड एज सम ऑर्डर्ड पेयर. ओके, फिनिश्ड डेफिनेशन.
Yes, ma'am.
Ritika is there in the lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Ritika.
Yes, ma'am, I am there.
Ritika, take the screenshots of the attendance, please. Participant list. Huh?
Yes,
Send
ma'am.
me today's attendance. Yes, girls. So let us have one example. This is A, B, and C. This is your G1. And this is G2. P, Q, R. Okay, now we want to find G1 cross G2 graph. Okay, so what is V1? A, B, C. Okay, and V2 P, Q, R. So what is V1 cross V2? Can you tell me the Cartesian product V1 cross V2?
AP,
Yes, go ahead.
AQ, AR,
AP, AQ,
AQ, AR,
then finished?
BP,
BP,
Q, BR,
yes, BQ and BR.
and
CP,
CP,
CQ,
CQ, CR.
CR. Okay, so V1 has 3 elements, V2 has 3 elements, so naturally V1 cross V2 will have 9 elements. तो हर एक वर्टेक्स बन गया, ये समझा आपको? ये these are 9 vertices. All of you are getting it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
So ये 9 vertices मैं ऐसे ड्रॉ कर रही हूँ, देखो. Let me just put some space. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, I will erase this. I will write it here. Yes, so let us write the names AP, AQ, AR, then BP, BQ, BR, CP, CQ, and CR. Okay, is that okay, girls? Now can you join AP and AQ? Tell me, can you join AP and AQ? The first element
Yes.
सेम है ना? हमने क्या कहा था? पहला एलिमेंट सेम है और ये दूसरे P और Q एडजेसेंट है क्या G2 में? G2 में देखो P and Q are adjacent.
Yes.
Yes, so we can join it. Okay. Next, can you join AQ and AR? Can you join AQ
Yes.
and AR? Yes, because the first element is same.
No.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
AQ and AR you can join now because
Yes, ma'am.
Q and R are adjacent.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. What about AP and AR? AP and AR. See, first element is from graph G1 and second element is from graph G2. Okay, so first element same है ना पहली रो में A. So आपको सिर्फ देखना है second element एक दूसरे के साथ adjacent है या नहीं G2 में. So P and R are adjacent ना here. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have to join AP with AR also. Okay. Similarly do with the second row. Now second row देखो BP and BQ. So first element is same again. And P and QR are adjacent. So join them. Similarly BQ and BR can be joined. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, फर्स्ट एलिमेंट सेम है, क्यू आर एडजेसेंट है, पी आर एडजेसेंट है, तो ये तीनों का ऐसे ही आ जाएगा. समझा क्या ये? अभी वर्टिकली देखो, वर्टिकली आपको क्या दिखाई दे रहा है यहाँ पे?
Yes.
सेकेंड एलिमेंट इज सेम, पीपी है ना? सेकेंड एलिमेंट इज सेम एंड ए भी एडजेसेंट है क्या एक दूसरे से G1 में? The vertices A and B are adjacent with each other in G1.
Yes.
Yes, so I will join AP and BP also. Okay, clear? Similarly here QQ are same, QQ and AB are adjacent, so I have to join AB here. Okay, Next, here again P and P are same. B and C are adjacent in G1. Come on, be quick, answer de do.
Yes, ma'am.
B and C are adjacent, B and C are adjacent, B and C are adjacent. Anything else is remaining?
No.
No. Okay? तो आपको चेक क्या करना है, पहला एलिमेंट सेम है अगर, तो ये दूसरे दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ एडजेसेंट है या नहीं. यू हैव टू चेक दैट. इफ द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट आर सेम, then second elements are adjacent or not. If the second elements are same, second element मतलब यहाँ पे देखो आप, P and P यहाँ पे, okay, then you have to check whether the first elements are adjacent with each other or not. So this is the graph G1 cross G2. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the last point now, today's last point, fusion of vertices. Okay, so let us quickly have one example. Fusion means what? We will choose any two vertices or any three. More than two vertices also you can choose. I am telling you for two vertices. What you do? Instead of those two vertices, you assume there is only one vertex. Okay, fuse the vertices and then redraw the graph. Means what? Suppose I am having this graph. This is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Okay, now I am fusing the vertices V1 and V2. Suppose I fuse the vertices V1 and V2. Matlab, I will not treat these two vertices as two different vertices, but I will treat it as single vertex. Do you understand it? So इसमें कितने vertices है अभी फिलहाल? G में कितने vertices है?
5.
5. So इसमें कितने होंगे फ्यूजन में? इन दोनों के जगह पे मैं एक ही वर्टेक्स ले रही हूँ, उसका नाम रख रही हूँ V डैश. ओके, तो कितने वर्टाइसेस होंगे? दोनों के जगह पे एक आया बस, और ये V5 वैसे के वैसे रहेगा, V4 एंड V3 भी वैसे के वैसे रहेगा, तो एक वर्टेक्स कम हो गया. समझा क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. So what I will do now, I will make this V dash adjacent with other vertices if V1 and V2 are adjacent with that vertex. Now tell me, V1 and V2 are adjacent with each other, right?
Yes.
And how many times they are adjacent with each other, V1 and V2? 2 times, no?
2 times.
2 times. But now instead of 2 vertices, I am assuming one vertex. So I have to make V dash adjacent with itself. How many times? 2 times. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
अभी V2 is adjacent with V5 है ना? V2 is adjacent with V5 है या नहीं?
Yes.
तो V
Yes,
dash
ma'am.
को भी मैं V5 के साथ adjacent करूंगी. Okay?
V2, V3.
Then V2, V3 are also adjacent. ये भी हो गया. ये already है
V3, V4. हाँ.
Now V1, V4 are also adjacent. So V dash V4 also I will make adjacent. So this is the fusion of V1 and V2. समझा क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So fusion की definition. The definition of fusion. Okay. ये इसकी definition. Then decomposition and ring sum. These 3 things I will put in the notes on the Moodle. Okay. Okay, girls. So the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
chapter is over. In the next class, we are going to have connected graphs. And tomorrow, my lecture, which I take at 8 o'clock, will not be there at 8 o'clock. It will be again on Friday. Okay, till we start offline classes, my Tuesday's lecture will be conducted on Friday at 1:15 p.m. Okay, and many girls remain absent in this lecture. So I will